You won't believe what I'm about to tell you, but please listen carefully, because this is something you deserve to know. I found out something that completely shocked me, something that made my heart stop for a few seconds. A woman, someone I've never met, someone who doesn't even know you, is pretending to be you. She's using your photos, your smile, your beauty, your essence, to collect money from people. When I first saw it, I couldn't breathe. I kept staring at the screen, trying to understand how anyone could steal something so personal, something that belongs only to you. I felt this sudden wave of anger, sadness, and fear all at once. Because you have no idea how much your image means to me. It's not just your face, it's your story, your emotions, the light you carry inside. To see someone take that, twist it, and use it for something so wrong, it broke something inside me. It felt like someone was trying to rewrite your truth. And I need you to understand this. I know you. I know the way your voice softens when you talk about something you love. I know how your eyes reflect honesty when you're being real. I know how your heart works, always giving, always trusting, even when the world doesn't deserve it. That's how I knew right away that it wasn't you. No one could ever be you. No one could ever copy the way you make me feel just by being yourself. But when I think about how easily your photos were used, how someone out there thought they could play your role, it scares me. Because I don't ever want anyone to misunderstand you, to think that your name could ever be connected to something false. You're pure. You're real. And what you've given me, what you've made me feel, is something that no one could fake. That's why I needed to tell you this. Not to hurt you, but to protect you. To remind you that even if someone tries to use your image, they can never steal your soul. You see, when I saw those fake accounts, I looked at each post carefully. Every caption, every comment, every little thing she wrote, pretending to be you. And it made me realize something deep. How easily people believe in illusions. How quickly they fall for something that only looks real. But love, real love, it doesn't live in appearances. It lives in the energy, in the emotion that comes from within. That's how I knew she wasn't you. Because your energy can't be copied. Your love has a language only my heart understands. Still, it hurts. Because someone out there is taking advantage of your kindness, your beauty, your presence. They're trying to use what's yours for their own gain. And I keep thinking, what if you never found out? What if you kept living, unaware that someone else was walking around online wearing your face, using your name? I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't stay silent. I had to tell you. But beneath the anger there's something else too. A strange ache. Because seeing your image everywhere reminded me how much I miss you. How much I crave your real presence, your real voice, your real words. I realized that even 1,000 photos of you could never fill the space that your actual presence creates in my heart. You're not a picture on a screen. You're a heartbeat, a memory, a soul that lives inside mine. And maybe that's why this hurt me so deeply. Because I care about you too much to let anyone damage what's real. I've watched how strong you are, how you handle pain with grace. But I know this, deep inside, you feel everything. You act calm, but you carry storms inside your heart. You don't show it, but when something breaks your trust, it stays with you for a long time. That's why I wanted to reach you before you found out from someone else, because I didn't want you to feel betrayed again. I want you to know that I'm here, I'm watching out for you, even when you don't realize it. I'll expose every lie, every fake, every false name that tries to use your identity, because I know your worth. I know how rare your heart is, and I'll never let anyone stain the beauty of who you are. Still, There's something about this whole situation that keeps echoing in my head. Maybe it's because it made me realize how fragile everything online can be. How easily truth can be buried under fake smiles and perfect posts. But not you. You've always been different. You've always been real. And that's what I fell for, the truth of you. So if you ever see someone pretending to be you, using your photos or your name, don't be afraid. Don't let it change how you see yourself. Because what's real between us can't be touched. They can take your photos, your smile, even your words, but they'll never have your soul that belongs to you. That's something only I see, only I understand. And even now, as I say this, I want you to remember, I didn't come here to scare you. I came to remind you of your power, because no fake version of you could ever replace the real you that I love. You are not just an image. You are emotion, truth, fire, calm, and light all at once. And no matter how many people try to copy that, there's only one you, and that's the one I'll always choose. So please, promise me this. Don't let their lies make you hide. Don't let fear make you quiet. Lift your head, protect your heart, and keep shining like only you can. Because the world deserves to see you, the real you, not the version someone else is pretending to be. And maybe one day, when all this chaos settles, we'll look back at this and realize it was just another test. Another moment that proved how strong your truth really is. Until then, just know I'm here, watching, protecting, and reminding you of something that no one can fake. My love for you. When I told you about that woman pretending to be you, I didn't think the situation would grow this fast. But now, it's everywhere. She's posting more. She's using your name, your tone, your old captions, even the way you express emotions. It's almost scary how closely she's trying to mimic you. But no matter how hard she tries, she can't capture your truth. And I need to talk to you about this, because it's starting to feel deeper than just a scam. It feels personal now, like someone's trying to erase you, to silence your presence, to take your place in a world that was meant for you. When I first saw her latest post, I froze again. It wasn't just that she used another one of your photos, it was which photo she chose. It was that one you sent me a long time ago, the one where your hair was messy and you were laughing so genuinely that it looked like time had stopped around you. That photo wasn't public. I swear it wasn't. I don't know how she got it, but seeing it on her page made my stomach twist. Because it wasn't just stolen. It was sacred. That picture held memories that belonged only to you and me. It felt like she was reaching into something private and turning it into something fake. I didn't want to believe it at first. I told myself, maybe it was a coincidence. Maybe someone else took a similar photo. But then I saw the caption she wrote underneath it. Sometimes love finds you when you least expect it. Those were your words. I remember you saying them to me months ago, exactly like that, when we were talking about how life brought us together out of nowhere. It's like she copied the rhythm of your soul, and I can't explain how painful it was to see that. But you know what hurts most? Not the fact that she's pretending to be you. It's that some people are actually believing her. They're commenting, praising her, even sending her messages, filled with admiration. And I keep wanting to shout, that's not her. You're talking to a shadow, not the real thing. But I stay silent sometimes, because I don't want to create a storm that might drag you into it and hurt you even more. I keep thinking, what if this person is doing all this because she envies you? What if she's seen your light, your energy, the way you make people feel, and she wanted to have that power? Because let's be honest, you have something rare. When you speak, it feels like the world listens. When you smile, people feel like they've just touched peace. You don't even realize how magnetic you are. And I think she saw that and wanted it. But the thing is, power like yours doesn't come from copying someone else. It comes from truth, from pain, from the kind of love that can't be faked. There's something about this whole situation that's been teaching me things too. I've been watching how easily people are fooled by appearances, and it's made me realize how much deeper love actually goes. Because when I think about you, the real you, I don't think about how you look in photos. I think about the way your voice shakes a little when you talk about something emotional. I think about the way your silence feels heavy when you're hurt, but don't want to show it. I think about your strength, how you always try to stay kind even when people don't deserve it. That's what makes you who you are. And that's why no one can ever truly replace you. Even if 1,000 people used your face, even if the whole world tried to imitate your smile, they still wouldn't carry the energy that makes you you. Because it's not just your beauty that matters, it's your heart, and no one can steal that from you. But still, I know this must hurt you deeply. If you've seen what's happening, if you've stumbled across her page or the comments, I know it must feel like someone's taken a part of your identity. You might even feel violated or scared. But I want you to remember this. You are not what they say, and you are not the lies they tell. You are still that same beautiful soul who shines without trying, who loves without expecting anything back. You don't have to prove who you are. The truth already carries its own proof. Sometimes I imagine what I'd say if I could look into your eyes right now and tell you this in person. I think I'd hold your hand and say, don't let them take your peace, because that's what they want. Not just your photos, but your calm, your confidence, your strength. But they can't take that if you don't let them. And I promise you, I won't let them either. I'll do everything I can to expose every fake post, every false account. Because you deserve to be seen for who you truly are. There's one more thing I need to tell you though. A few days ago, I got a message from someone who thought you had contacted them. They were so convinced it was you that they sent a large amount of money. When I told them it wasn't, they didn't believe me at first. They said, no, she sounded so real. And that broke my heart. Because I realized just how much damage this person is doing, not just to you, but to others who trust easily. That's when I started saving screenshots, collecting evidence, trying to find out who's behind all of this. But as I went deeper, I noticed something strange. Some of the posts had timestamps that matched moments you once told me you were crying, hurting, or feeling lost. It was almost as if she knew. That's what scared me. Because that means someone might have been watching you longer than we realized. And now I can't shake the thought that maybe this isn't just about jealousy or money. Maybe it's about obsession. Maybe this person wants to live your life because she feels empty in hers. Maybe she's been following you, studying your patterns, learning your words, and that terrifies me. Because I can protect your image, but I can't protect you from someone's envy. I can only warn you. Please be careful who you trust online. Be careful what you share. Even the smallest details. Because there are people out there who crave your light, but not because they admire it. They crave it because they can't find their own. But through all this chaos, there's one thing I want you to hold on to. My belief in you. I believe in your goodness, in your truth, in your heart. I know who you are. I know the sound of your honesty, the rhythm of your compassion. And even if the whole world starts doubting, I never will. There's something about the way this situation brought me closer to you in a strange way. Every time I defend you, every time I see your real photo and remember the memories behind it, I feel connected to you again. It reminds me of why I fell for you in the first place. Because you've always been real in a world full of fake. You've always been honest, raw, and vulnerable. You never pretend to be perfect. And that's what makes you perfect to me. So while someone else tries to wear your face, just remember, she's living in the shadows, and you were born for the light. Her lies might sparkle for a while, but the truth always lasts longer. The truth always wins. And if she thinks she can replace you, she's wrong. Because what I feel for you isn't based on what the world sees. It's based on what I know. The moments no one else witnessed. The emotions no one else felt. She can use your photos, but she can never recreate the connection that lives between us. That's something no one can steal. So don't let this situation break you. Let it remind you how strong you are. Let it remind you that your worth is not in what people copy, but in what no one else can ever own, your heart. And maybe, just maybe, this whole thing happened for a reason. Maybe it's life's way of showing you how powerful your presence really is. That even your image is worth chasing. But I know something she doesn't. The real treasure isn't your face, it's your soul. And that's something only I've truly seen. So please, promise me one thing. Don't let her win by becoming silent. Keep shining, keep being you, because no matter how loud the fakes get, the real you, your truth, your love, your light, will always be louder. You know, ever since I told you about her, that woman pretending to be you, I haven't been able to sleep properly. Every time I close my eyes, I see her using your pictures, your name, your smile, as if she owns the pieces of you that only I should have ever known. And I keep asking myself the same question again and again. How did she get so close? Because she's not just copying you anymore. She's trying to become you. And that's not just disturbing, it's terrifying. The more I've been watching, the clearer it's becoming that this isn't random. She knows things. She's using phrases that only you and I ever said to each other. She even posted a voice note clip where she mimicked your tone, your soft laugh, that quiet kind of laugh that always makes my chest warm. But it wasn't you. I could tell. It lacked your depth, your warmth, that realness that makes every word you speak feel alive. It's like hearing someone sing your favorite song with no emotion, just words, no soul. I didn't want to worry you. I really didn't. I kept thinking maybe I could handle this quietly, maybe I could stop her before it reached you. But then I started noticing something else. She began tagging people, even reaching out to a few of your old friends. She's weaving herself into your life, like a shadow, pretending to care about the same things you do, commenting where you would have commented, using your words to build her version of you. And I realized if I don't tell you everything now, I might regret it, because you deserve to know what's being done in your name. But listen, before I go deeper, I want you to take a breath, because I don't want you to feel scared. You have every right to be upset. But you don't have to let fear control you. You've got me, okay? I'm not just saying that, I mean it. I'm watching everything. I'm documenting everything. You're not alone in this. I remember the moment I saw her live video. My hands literally shook. She had your picture in the background, printed, framed, as if she was worshipping it. And she kept saying things like, I just want to share how love changes a person. She was using your story, your journey, your words, but twisting them to sound like her own. She was turning your truth into her fiction. And the worst part, she was getting attention for it. Thousands of people were watching, clapping, sending her gifts and money. I sat there, staring at the screen, feeling this deep ache in my chest. Because it wasn't just about the lies anymore. It was about how the world didn't even question it. They didn't look closer. They didn't feel that it wasn't you. And maybe that's what hurt me the most. Seeing how easily people can be fooled by a pretty face or familiar words. while never realizing how rare the real thing is, because the real you've got something that can't be copied. Your presence isn't just about appearance or tone. It's an energy. It's something that pulls people in and makes them feel safe. And that woman, no matter how hard she tries, will never be able to recreate that. She can dress like you, talk like you, even smile like you, but she'll never feel like you. Still, I need you to know the truth of what I found. After days of tracing her online activity, I discovered that she's been using fake emails under your name to contact people, pretending to be you, promising things, collecting money for a personal cause. She even mentioned me in one of her messages. She said, "He and I are working on a project together." That's when I realized this wasn't just about stealing your image, it was about using our story to gain sympathy. That's when my anger turned into something deeper. It wasn't just frustration, it was fear for your safety. Because if she's bold enough to impersonate you online, what if she's bold enough to cross the line in real life? I reached out to the platform support team, reported her, even submitted screenshots. But they said they'd need more proof before taking her page down. So I started collecting everything: dates, captions, images, even small details from the times she posted. I noticed she always uploads right after you do, as if she's watching your every move. And when you go quiet, she copies your silence too. It's like she's trying to mirror your rhythm. But here's where it gets even stranger. A few nights ago, around midnight, I got an anonymous message that simply said, "You're protecting the wrong person." My heart stopped, because it meant she knows I'm watching her. It means she's aware of me, aware of us. That message wasn't random. It was sent minutes after I reported her fake profile. It's like she's warning me to back off. But how could I? How could I stay silent when she's trying to take away the one person who means everything to me? Since then, I've been more careful. I've been checking for patterns, cross-referencing images, and I found something that shocked me. Some of the photos she posted weren't from your account. They were from private folders that were never public, which means she either hacked your cloud or someone close to you shared them. And that possibility, it broke me, because it means someone who knows you, someone who once had access to your trust, might have betrayed you. I didn't want to tell you that part. But you need to know, you deserve to know who's been invading your space, your peace, your privacy. And I need you to promise me that from now on you'll be more careful. Change your passwords, check your accounts, your emails, even your cloud storage. Because this isn't just some random impersonation anymore. It's personal, it's targeted. But in the middle of all this chaos, there's something I want you to understand. I'm not just angry because of what she's doing. I'm angry because she's trying to erase what's real between us. She's trying to rewrite a love story that doesn't belong to her. And that, I can't allow. Because what we have, it's not a game, it's not a fantasy, and it's not something that can be recreated by anyone else. Every time she posts something pretending to be you, I go back and read your old messages, listen to your voice notes, rewatch your little clips, just to remind myself of what's real. And every time I realize something powerful, no matter how much she fakes, she'll never own the small details that make you you. She doesn't know how your eyes light up before you say something funny. She doesn't know the way your breathing changes when you're nervous. She doesn't know the way your silence says 1,000 words when you're hurt. Those are things that can't be captured in a stolen photo. And maybe that's the one comfort I have in all this. Knowing that truth always has a texture, a heartbeat, something that can't be imitated. She can copy your surface, but she'll never touch your soul, because your soul is one of a kind. You know what I realized though? Maybe she's not just trying to destroy your identity. Maybe she's trying to be loved the way you are. Maybe she saw the way people adore you, the way I adore you, and she wanted that feeling for herself. Maybe she thought if she could wear your skin, she could feel what you feel, that warmth, that attention, that love. But love doesn't work that way. Love is drawn to truth, and no matter how long she pretends, the truth will expose her. Still, I can't help but worry. I keep wondering what she'll do next, because people like her, they don't stop easily. They thrive on attention, on chaos, and the more we react, the more power we give her. That's why I need you to stay calm. Let me handle the noise while you stay grounded in your peace. But please, promise me one thing. Don't let this situation change how you see yourself. Don't start doubting your worth, your beauty, or your power, because that's exactly what she wants. She wants you to shrink. She wants you to fade into fear so she can fill the space you leave behind. But you won't give her that satisfaction. You're stronger than that. You've survived worse storms, and you'll survive this too. Sometimes I wonder if she even understands the weight of what she's doing. Because if she did, she'd realize she's not just pretending to be you, she's stealing from her own soul. She's building her life on someone else's truth. And one day that truth will crumble beneath her. You, on the other hand, were never built on lies. You've always stood in your light. Imperfect, emotional, honest. And that's why I'll always choose you over any imitation. Because real love, real connection, isn't something you can fake. It's something you feel in your bones. So tonight, as I sit here thinking about all this, I just want you to know something. No matter how loud the world gets, no matter how many people try to take pieces of you, I'll always know who the real you is. I'll always find you in the noise. And maybe, just maybe, that's what scares her most. Because no matter what she does, she can't steal the one thing that keeps us connected. The truth that you are irreplaceable. You know, I still remember the moment I realized it was really you, the real you. The one I've always felt connected to, not the image, not the name, not the lie that someone else tried to live through your pictures. But you, that soft voice, that raw honesty, that heartbeat behind every word, that's what no one could ever copy. And when I finally heard it, I knew you were the one who had always been there, even when the world tried to confuse me. You don't know how many nights I stayed up thinking, what if I lose her because of this? What if this whole mess makes her pull away from me? But then, every time I closed my eyes, I saw your real face, not in the photos, but in the way you look when you're lost in your thoughts. That's how I knew the truth. That's how I knew no one could ever pretend to be you in my heart. I just need you to know this. I never doubted your soul. I might have been scared, hurt, and confused. But deep down, I always knew the woman I love could never do something like that. You're not that type. You're not that type. You're genuine. You care. You feel everything deeply. Sometimes too deeply, and that's what makes you beautiful. When I finally heard your voice again, when I saw the message you sent, I swear my heart felt alive after such a long time. You didn't even have to explain much. Your tone said it all. You were trembling, emotional, apologizing for something that wasn't even your fault. And I just sat there thinking, how could I ever be angry at someone so pure? The truth is, I wasn't mad at you. I was hurt by the world for trying to use your face, your name, your beauty, and twist it into something ugly. But you stayed real. You showed me that the real connection between two souls can't be faked, not even by someone using your photo. And now, every time I see your name, my heart feels something stronger, not just love, but gratitude. Because through this storm, I saw your truth. I saw the woman behind the image, the heart behind the chaos, the soul behind the silence. So no, I'm not leaving. I'm not walking away. You can't lose me. over something like this. Because now I've seen what's real. And it's you. Always you. And maybe this whole mess was meant to happen. So I could finally see you, not just as someone I adore, but as someone I can trust completely. Because when the world tried to confuse me, you were still there, real, honest, and still mine.